Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Sun Brothers weekly tutorial. In this week's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to solve a Skewb. So let's get right into it. The first thing that I want to teach you guys is basic notation for the Skewb. And what notation means is that you can follow along letters and they mean different moves for the cube. So if you're holding the cube like this, kind of seeing some of this right side, but mostly seeing this this side right here. And if you do this move right here, because the Skewb moves in half, this is called a right move. And it is notated by the capital letter R. So if you do this, it's R. But if you do this, it's R prime. So if I tell you R, do this. If I tell you R prime, do this. Now, if I tell you U, then still holding it kind of like this, you're going to take this half of the cube and move it back. Note, it is not the front half that messes everything up. It's just the back half, keeping the front half the same. This is U, and this is U prime. All right, now that we got that basic notation down, let's begin solving the cube. So the first thing that I do to solve my Skewb is to get the full white side. Some other people get the blue, but I go ahead and get the white. So all you have to do is put the corners in, all these four corners. Unlike the 3x3, the 3x3 has 4 edges and 4 corners, while the Skewb only has the 4 corners. So what you have to do, the first corner doesn't really matter. So just go ahead and put up any random corner that you can find. And so all of these are in the top row. So let me kind of bring one down for an example. So this one is probably the easiest case that you have, where it's facing like this, or it could be on the other side too. It's facing facing you, but it's on the bottom right-hand corner. And what you can do is you can rotate this back piece up like that, and it'll match with the white. Now for the second corner, you're going to want to look at this one to kind of reference off of it. See, this has a red right here. It is matched, and it has a red right here. So this whole face should become red. That means that we shouldn't focus on the centers. We will focus on the centers in the last step. But what we should do is get another edge piece or another corner piece that is white, that makes a white pair right here, but also has a red right here. So if we can look around, okay, this one has the red. So let's go ahead and try to move it up, but it doesn't work. It's rotated strangely. So what we can do is we can rotate it again, kind of get it out of the way. So now it's down here. And then, so holding this and without messing all of this up, we're just gonna like hold this half. It's in the whole opposite corner. See, these are in opposite corners, so you're not going to mess this up. But rotate this half, and then you can try again. And sometimes it takes a couple of times. So rotate it again, and see, it's right here. Bring it up, and now we have the red and red. Now let's go ahead and look for the next one, which we need a green one here, and it also has to be white on the top. So here it is again, and now when we try to put it up, the same thing happens. Now, doing the same thing as we did earlier, we're going to try to get these two corners on the opposite sides of the cube. So if we rotate it down like this, now they're on the opposite sides of the cube. Now we can rotate the half that this is on without messing these two previous corners up. And then we can rotate it again, just looking ahead, and move it up, and that is how you match it. And so that green just came in coincidentally. So for the final one, we're going to try to put it up again, and it's still wrong. And this is where it gets a little bit trickier, and you might have to rewind to follow along. But what you have to do is you have to rotate this piece so that the white gets on top. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate it down so that it comes down here, and then go ahead and rotate this whole section once. So now that white piece is down here, and then rotate this half up like that, and see, That white one's still back here. I just showed you that. And it can come back up. Now, you might be saying to yourself, that didn't solve anything and that was completely useless, but do it one more time and it will work because it already rotated it once. The white was facing this way, now it's facing this way. So the next time it'll face upwards. So put it down, then put this one back here so that we can kind of rotate it. And so see how it's back here? Now that white one is right here. So what we're going to do, rotate it up like that, then bring this one back up. And that's how we do it. We have the whole white face solved now. So I hope you got that last part. It was mostly intuitive and you could probably play around with it and figure it out for yourselves. But this next part kind of requires an algorithm because it's a little bit more advanced. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting all 4 yellow corners. That is our goal. And so right now we have one of the few cases that we can have where 2 yellow pieces are sticking up or are facing us. We're going to have to do the algorithm a couple of times for this case. And what the algorithm is, U prime, R, U, R prime. So, and depending on your case, you might have to do that a couple of times. So this is the case that you're going to want for the algorithm to work and to get you to the next step, where no yellow pieces are sticking up with the white side on the bottom because white is the opposite of yellow. Yellows are facing to your left. You have to put them on your left. They can't be over here. The algorithm won't work and you'll have to repeat yourself infinitely. One on your right facing you, and there's a one on your right facing outward like that. But these two are the important ones and they should be facing left. So then you're going to do that algorithm again, which is U prime, R, U, R prime. So now I have all 4 of my yellow corners facing up and my white is still solved. If you mess it up, then I don't think you did the algorithm right, and go ahead and go back just a few seconds to see what I did. Now for the last step of the puzzle, which is to get all of those centers in their respective places to get a solved cube. So how you're going to start that depends on what you have. Sometimes you already have the yellow solved, and that's good, but sometimes, like me right now, you won't have this yellow one solved, and you're going to have to solve it. So there's one algorithm for this last step, and that means you'll have to learn 2 algorithms total, the one I just taught you and the one I'm going to teach you now. So this is the algorithm. U prime, R, U, R prime. So that's the first algorithm we did, but there's a catch. It's extended. Rotate the cube, which this is called Y2, but rotate the cube like this. Okay, do you see that? This is the original. So don't rotate it like this. Rotate it instead. This is the original. Rotate it around like this. Okay? And what you can also look out for is that these 2 headlights are facing left. And then do that algorithm again. U prime, R, U, R prime. There you go. Now you have these 4 corners solved, and as well as the yellow middle solved. Now what we're going to do is look at these 4 sides of your cube. See what you have. Most of the time, you're going to have 3 sides already solved. The white side, the yellow side, and some extra side. If you have 4 unsolved sides all the way around, then you're just going to do this algorithm randomly and then do it again like I'm going to teach you right now. Because once you do it randomly, then it'll give you 3 sides solved, and then you'll be able to continue with me. So what you're going to do is rotate the cube so that the white faces this way over here, and then the yellow faces this way over here to your right side. And then you're going to put this extra solved one on the bottom. Make sure that the centerpiece is going to go up into the right place, up once. See, I'm holding it wrong currently because the blue one needs to come down into this spot. The green one doesn't need to go up. So we're gonna hold it like this: yellow on the left, white on the right, and then the solved one on the bottom, with this centerpiece that we're holding right in front of us, that needs to go upwards. So with those requirements all done, you're just going to repeat the algorithm that you just learned, which is U prime, R, U, R prime, and then Y2, U prime, R, U, R prime. And that is how you solve the Skewb. Alright guys, thank you for watching this week's video. If you have any questions or need any help on anything, go to the comment section down below and type me a comment, and I'll answer within 24 hours for you. You could also go down and subscribe to the channel, Stun Brothers, where we post awesome weekly videos on everything, including how to solve Rubik's Cubes to how to tie your shoe in a second. Just anything that we can find that is cool and that we can teach to you guys as easily as possible. So, thanks for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.